So my first question, what do you do for work? Just tell me that at least.
I'm a dentist.
Okay.
So when I came to you as a dentist, along the way, I'm trying to transition that to do shoe design. But right now, I'm a dentist. At least that's what I'm being paid.
Okay. That's what you're getting paid to do.
Yeah.
And shoe is just a passion.
Shoes a passion. But I wanted to that you turn that.
We should have brought a shoe.
I do have shoes. I do have shoes. They're down there.
Okay. Well, maybe bring them up back.
Sure.
So you're a dentist full time. Let's focus on that. And,
all right.
And so you were thinking about getting SMP, right?
Yes.
And when you were thinking about it, were you worried about how SMP was going to affect your day-to-day job, like your work as a dentist? Were you like, oh God, are people going to know? Did you care? Did you have hair?
It's a great question. I had hair and I just wanted to see more density.
Right.
But after talking with Trevor on the phone, he told me that you had to shave my head in order to get down there. And so I was nervous about that changing my look.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried that it'd be exposed, that people would see the hair problem.
Right.
And that for me was something I wanted to hide and pretend as if no one saw. When the hair came off, I was worried.
Yeah.
So it didn't affect my way of working by any means.
No.
I just had to be able to see in the mirror and feel comfortable with what the change was. And as you see it, I'm still wearing it, even after the process is done. Probably a year or so. So my initial plan, I was going to have the SMP, shave the head, then let the hair grow back, and I'm back to where I was.
Right.
I actually liked it so much that I've never let my hair grow back. And I've had to answer questions on that about when are you going to do it? And I'm telling them I'm not.
Yeah.
I make jokes about doubling down on my face so you don't have to don't look at the hair, but yeah.
So you came for session 1, right? And then there's session 2 and session 3. And so your emotions at session 1 compared to session 3, they change because it's a journey.
Yes.
How did yours change from the first session, the first time you shaved it? Because you shaved it in our studio first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your emotions at that one compared to the last one, how did you feel? What was that like?
It's a great question.
Okay.
The first one was a lot of fear.
Yeah.
About what I was going to look like, what the unknowns were, whether it was going to hurt.
Yeah.
That was what I was concerned about. And even seeing myself and accepting myself, that all had to take place in session 1. After I saw and I went through it and I understood it, I was looking forward to what was coming of session 2 and 3 as my look was starting to evolve and refine.
Yeah.
So I could see where you guys were going with it. I was lucky enough to have you finish it.
Yes.
So, I'm super happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah.
But it went from fear through to excitement and also be able to see what's coming next for my life and a new chapter and being that person.
That's right.
Was awesome.
It's a big transition, right?
Yes.
So when you were thinking about doing it, I know your wife also was in on the, are you going to do this thing? And she came to support it, and that was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
What was your number one barrier? If you were on the fence of after you talked to us, because we did virtual, I think you virtually chatted with Trevor. What was your one, I don't know if I could do it because this one thing, or were you ready to go after you talked to him?
I was ready to go after I talked to him. Okay. I was unsure of whether or not it would hurt.
Right.
And that was, I think, if I looked at all the things I didn't know that mattered to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't the cost. Having my head shaved was certainly an unknown, but I was worried it was going to hurt. And that's what's held me back from having tattoos in the past. But it really didn't. Yeah. If I'm honest, that I'm admit it a little bit soft.
Yeah, no.
And so the idea of hurting was the biggest thing that I was recoiling from. But also, as I went through the process, I got to like Trevor as a person, and I trusted what he told me was true, and he was right. He didn't mislead me.
And now we've not only transformed you as a person and helped in that journey, but we've become really good friends, all of us. And I think that is a special thing too, right?
Yeah, that was the unexpected part of things.
100%.
So I'll tell you, I watched these people on your Instagram talk about their experience, and I know it's true. I actually talked to some people who were doing the interviews or the photo shoots here with, and everyone's here for a reason, is because we're grateful for you guys. And I'm lucky enough to get a longer term experience with you guys as friends, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. It's so honest, and Trevor and I always said, even when we started doing this, that we were we just want to make one happy person at a time. And you accumulate one happy person, makes a bunch of happy people. And I think that for us is what we push our business on, just making one person happy, and the rest kind of comes.
Well.
So let me ask you one final question. What would you tell someone or your former self when you were thinking about a change? I think I'm ready to shave my head. I want a different change, right?
Yeah.
Or somebody on the fence, I don't know if I could do this. What would you tell them?
I guess I would say, like, try, right? Like, if you already are thinking that there's a problem or something going on, you probably inside know it's there. You just haven't confronted it or figured out what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
But like, don't give up. Yeah, you keep trying.
Yeah.
And like, don't be afraid of what you're gonna look like. Yeah, like the whole thing. That like there has to be some trust, and you have to look at all directions and say, okay, this is my path. Stay like this, or let the problem get worse, or confront it. And like, there's a bit of bravery that's involved in it, but like, put your effort into it, you'll find your way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you.
That's very bad.
It's crazy because I know that there are some people that are really wonderful in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And some people, kind of like you and I, that are like not loving being in front of a camera. And so I know that you're here because you're authentically appreciative, happy with the outcome. And so Trevor and I both thank you for taking the time to come and to share, because really you're paying it forward to now somebody else that you could now change their life and the trajectory of what they could do, all because you sat in that chair. So thank you very much.
Well, just go.
And Kat,